Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we're talking the WWE 2K24 Legends roster, as updates in another WWE game have revealed a list of 31 new legends, a lot of which could be set for 2K24. This list comes via WWE SuperCard, as due to the new season launching a few months ahead of WWE 2K24, the SuperCard roster is always a great indication of who we can expect to see, as last year's Octane tier revealed 16 of 2K23's new superstars, including 9 that were DLC. Now usually, in other years, we wouldn't see 31 legends added, but as you may have seen recently, WWE have been signing up many stars to Legends deals, which include the option to appear in video games, and with this list of stars now approved for SuperCard, it means that they're also eligible to appear in 2K24. So let's take a look at some of the new legends that we could see based on their addition to SuperCard, where we're starting out with superstar Billy Graham, whose appearance in SuperCard is his first in any WWE video game, though he did appear in all 3 of the Legends of Wrestling games in the early 2000s. Should he make the cut for 2K24, then Billy Graham would be a great coup for 2K and someone they could market as a series first. 2 other names on the list that have yet to appear in the WWE series are Jerry Saggs and Brian Knobbs, who make up the tag team of the Nasty Boys. Like Billy Graham, the Nasty Boys have yet to appear in a mainline WWE game, though they too appeared in the Legends of Wrestling series and more recently in wrestling RPG game WrestleQuest. Another star potentially making their debut is former I.R.S. tax collector Irwin R, Schyster, as despite being a household name in WWE, his last video game appearance came prior to the start of the Smackdown series in 1993's WWF Royal Rumble. One surprising name on the list is Rosie, the real-life brother of Roman Reigns, who played the superhero in training alongside the Hurricane. Outside of SuperCard, Rosie's only video game appearance came earlier this year when he was added to WWE Champions, which could be another indication that he's set for 2K24, as he's someone I could easily imagine appearing in I.R.S. alongside the Hurricane and Super Stacy. 2 other stars on the list that have yet to appear in the main series are Mosh and Thrasher of the Attitude Era tag team the Headbangers, whose last appearance came in WrestleMania 2000 for the Nintendo 64. Aside from these 7 stars, the rest of this list are all stars who've made at least one appearance in the modern era of WWE's video games, with first of these being the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, whose inclusion in 2K24 would actually make a lot of sense, as not only was he recently added to SuperCard, but given the WWE's merger with the UFC and Shamrock's history with both companies, then you would imagine that he's a name that the new owners would push for, as he is after all a UFC Hall of Famer. In terms of previous games, the last time we seen Shamrock was in WWE 2K16, where he could be unlocked via the 2K showcase. One tag team that I've already mentioned on the channel is the Dudley Boys, as it was reported back in September that they'd signed a Legends deal which included the option to appear in video games, and given that they've now been added to SuperCard, that would seem to confirm it. Given their popularity, the Dudley Boys are one of the most likely candidates to appear in 2K24, the only question is whether their appearance is part of the base game or as DLC. Alongside the Dudleys, we also recently covered the news of the Sandman signing a Legends deal, and like the Dudleys, the latest update to SuperCard would appear to confirm that, as he too was recently added to the roster list for Season 10. There's no doubt that Sandman would prove to be a very popular addition should he return, as he's someone that fans have long since requested, as he only ever appeared once in SmackDown vs Raw 2008. Another popular addition that we could see is the Iron Sheik, who sadly passed away in June. To date, he's only appeared once as the Iron Sheik, all the way back in Here Comes the Pain, as his recent appearances seen him added as part of the Path of the Warrior DLC, where he was featured as Colonel Mustafa, first in WWE 2K15 and then 2K16. Focusing on managers for a second, another star that was added in the Path of the Warrior DLC in 2K15 and also recently was added to SuperCard was Sherry Martel, who we last seen make an appearance in 2K16 as Sensational Sherry. Another surprise inclusion is that of Big John Studd, whose only previous appearance in the main WWE series came 10 years ago in 2K14. That appearance seen him featured within the game's 30 Years of WrestleMania mode for his match with Andre the Giant at WrestleMania. One legend I think we can all expect to see is William Regal, as he's been back under contract for a number of months now, though Regal's been unable to appear on TV due to a lengthy no-compete clause from AEW. Given that Regal's been added to SuperCard, it doesn't appear that the no-compete clause affects video games, leaving him free to appear in 2K24. Another fresh legend that we could see added is George the Animal Steel, who's only ever appeared in the series once in 2003's Here Comes the Pain. Another star whose only mainline appearance came in Here Comes the Pain was the Soviet heel Nikolai Volkov, who also made a surprise appearance in the new season of SuperCard. One star that's pretty likely to appear is Brutus the Barber Beefcake, as after appearing as DLC in 2K17, Brutus went on to appear in 3 consecutive games in 2K18, 19 and 20. Given his recent appearances, should he return in 2K24, then I would assume that it's most likely 2K will offer him as DLC, which is a similar approach to what we've seen with Foley. Next up we have Terry Funk, who's also someone that I covered recently after news broke that he'd been signed to a Legends deal prior to his passing. Funk's last appearance came in WWE 13, where he appeared as Chainsaw Charlie teaming up with Cactus Jack in the game's Attitude Era showcase. Also on the list is Tori Wilson, whose appearance I would expect to be DLC, as given the addition of Stacy Keibler and Eve Torres in recent years, Tori seems like the next logical choice. Next up we have the tag team of the Bushwhackers, Luke and Butch, whose last appearance came in WWE 2K18, capping off a run of 3 consecutive games that started as DLC in 2K16. Also listed we have Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, who was someone that we used to see year after year, though he was removed in 2K20 and has yet to return. Another legend we can expect to see is Charles Wright, though the question is under what gimmick, as he was recently added back to SuperCard as Papa Shango, though we could also see him return to the series as the Godfather, who he last appeared as in 2K22 as a My Faction exclusive. The list also includes the addition of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who up until 2K22 had appeared in all of the 2K games bar 2K15. In another surprise, the Great Khali was another name that was brought back, as we've not seen him featured since he appeared as DLC in 2K15. Next up we have the return of Diamond Dallas Page, who's another star that we've not seen since 2K19, and another star that's likely to get a refreshed model as DLC. Also on the list for a return is D'Lo Brown, who appeared in the first 2 SmackDown games, though his only other appearance came in 2K16 as part of the Nation of Domination. Also last seen in 2K16 we have Fit Finlay, who last appeared with his classic look from WCW, though should he return it would be nice to see a more modern Finlay, hopefully paired up with Hornswoggle, either as a manager or perhaps a unique payback that sees him come out from under the ring. Also someone who spent time in WCW, we have Bam Bam Bigelow, who like a lot of stars that I've mentioned was a running part of the series until 2K20. Finally, last on the list, we have former WWF Women's Champion Alundra Blaze, who made her debut as a DLC character in WWE 2K16 and then went on to appear in the next 3 games in the 2K series. So there's 31 legends who have all recently been approved and added into SuperCard, and while I can't say they'll all make it into 2K24, I do expect we'll see a lot of them, as if they're under contract and WWE have already approved them to appear in SuperCard, then there's no reason for them not to appear in 2K24. So let me know what you make of this list and which of these legends you want to see added, and to stay up to date with all things WWE 2K24, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.